Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's episode 222. Oh, that's pretty cool. Of the Audible Farm podcast. And this episode is brought to you by the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association believes that the arts should be accessible to everyone. And we agree. And that's why we're so happy to have them on board. Go to fdfineartsassociation.org to find out more. They got all sorts of stuff. I'm going to pull their website up right over here and look at it. Look at that. They got an about section. You can find out more about them. They basically just support arts in every capacity around the Fort Dodge area. Maybe a little bit further here and there. Depends on what's going on. But they have a pretty good handle on what's going on. They have a calendar on there. The calendar is amazing. You got to go check out the calendar. You can become a patron. You can partner up with them. You can find their supporting artists. I think they've got other stuff going up on the website here pretty soon. I think I heard something about that maybe. Yeah, so definitely check that website out. It's tons of fun. Thank you very much, Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. Also, don't forget to check out their episode of FDT that is on this channel if you're listening to this, or if you're watching. Hey, what's up, guys? You can go check it out over on their channel. I also have a link to it down below on the Audible Farm channel. So thanks. Appreciate it. This episode, I'm sitting down with Jesse Wilson. Jesse Wilson. I play a lot of shows with Jesse Wilson. If you've seen him play live, you've probably seen him with me, but there's also a good chance you saw him solo because he plays a lot of solo shows too. So check him out sometime live. He's a singer-songwriter. He'll play stuff that's, I like to just say country, but it's definitely a lot more than country. So check it out. It's, a little bit of rock and roll in there, a little bit of, pretty much everything. So this episode's fun. We recorded it. This is another one I recorded kind of early. I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this. Again, it's not like riding a bike. I recorded this and most of it was not on the audio recorder. So we re-recorded the episode and it's a little bit shorter, but it's smoother than the first one. So this is what you're getting, everybody. It's my first time ever doing a podcast, episode 222. Anyways, let's get into the episode. This one's awesome. Jesse Wilson, check it out.
It's the Audible Farm Podcast with your host, Peter Stockdale.
We got Jesse Wilson with us today. What's up, Jesse?
What's up, Pete?
Oh, man, this is classic. Well, we got all the weird awkwardness out of the way at the beginning, which
I think so, yeah.
Which, not that there was any weird awkwardness, but we're going to have to go over some stuff here again. So it's been 4 years since you've been on the podcast, 2 years since the podcast is a thing, 4 years since we've been playing music. So like half the time I've played music with you is like the podcast basically hasn't existed.
Yeah, it was going hot and heavy there, right?
Yeah. So then it makes me think, like, how much stuff have we done? Have I played with you in that like 2 year time span that like nobody that would have listened to the podcast might know about?
There is some catching up to do when you put it like that, isn't there?
There's a lot of stuff. So like, the other thing is like I only play about half the shows you play. Like, you play a lot of solo shows and other shows with other people opening up for them and things like that. So like you play a lot of shows too. So there's a lot of stuff that I might not even know about that we'll run across here. You never know.
Sure.
But so I don't even know exactly like where we would have played. Like I wish I had my book here of like I played this show with that person on these days to be like this was the last show we played that we ever could have talked about on the podcast. But
we could pinpoint it with the Google Calendar.
Yeah, so 2023 through 2024 is like basically like how long we've like you've been playing shows that like maybe I haven't talked on the podcast. So like the big one is probably Josh Turner.
Yeah, Josh Turner was a blast. Downtown Country Jam last year.
Yeah, 2023's Downtown Country Jam.
Yep.
Yes, because 2024 was
this one?
Yeah.
Joe Nichols.
There we go. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. He'll do good. It'll be good.
Yeah, I don't know when this episode's going to come out. Maybe it's happened already.
It's this Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
Doing the pre-show.
Yeah, he was great.
Unofficial pre-show.
Yeah, Jesse, you did amazing at the pre-show. No, I was kidding. We'll fast forward in time.
Thank you.
No, that's super cool though. You get to play the pre-show now at the bar
Unofficial.
down the street.
That was my word. I named it that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is basically the matinee show. Like, you can swing over there and watch you before the show starts.
Down a shiny top.
Yep, down the street. Quick plug for Shiny Top.
You bet.
Love it. That's fun. So like, that's a big show. Like, going to play, and Josh Turner was the headliner. Renegade Soul was the
Yep.
the feature or whatever they want to call it. We opened up the show, and
Renegade Soul rocked it too.
yeah, so that's a crazy one too, because it's like we're playing in your hometown, or whatever, like where you're based out of, quote unquote, and like there's gonna be like I get it, it's a town of like almost 30,000 people or something, but like there's gonna be like 5,000 people here maybe by the time we're done playing,
Or sound checking.
yeah. Dude, that was crazy. We started playing and it's like, yeah, there might be 1,000 people here. And then
kept getting fuller and fuller.
yeah, by the time we were done, we took a picture and it's like, oh, there's people everywhere.
Yeah, that was fun. That was one of the funnest shows we've done.
So many people. Yeah. I mean, that's another one that's like, those are tough shows too, because it's like giant stage, crazy production, like all this stuff's going on. There's so many moving parts, and just to make sure everything runs smoothly is not always super easy.
Right.
It's
cool meeting people. A lot of people come over and met us and bought some merch. I met not Logan Paul, Rodney Peterson Jr., made friends with him.
Okay.
He's fighting. He's doing influencer boxing. He fought over in Ireland. He come out to my song Mid Wild West. Shout out Rodney. What's up, buddy?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, that's fun stuff. Not Logan Paul. You say that, and I was like, oh, I know what you're talking about.
He's awesome. He makes lots of TikToks and Facebook stuff, videos.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So like that show was really cool because you get to meet a lot of new people and see what's going on, and I remember like standing over by the merch table, and then people would walk up and they'd just be like, oh my gosh, you're that Jess. You were just playing up there. It's just
pretty
like,
cool. Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Pretty cool.
Like it's funny because people, sometimes you play shows and it's like, oh, these people don't know that I'm from like 40 miles away. Mm-hmm. They think that I'm like on to the next town.
Right,
like,
yeah. Yeah, right.
That was kind of one of those shows, and it's like there's people in this town that are just like, oh my gosh, you guys are so cool.
Right,
it's like,
it was fun.
Yeah,
we did good.
It was pretty nice. Yeah.
We rehearsed a lot for that show, I remember.
Yep. I remember seeing a lot of people out in the front and that I knew, and I was like, oh, because this is going to be fun. I'll give these people some crap here, and talk to them and make them feel good or whatever. I remember like Tammy was like taking pictures, and I was just like, no flash photography. I was like yelling at her, like just being goofy. That was a fun show.
It was a blast. Kirk Hart came up with us.
Yep.
Did a couple songs. Scotty.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah.
And again, like that comes back to what we talked about that didn't get recorded. Womp womp. Was basically like you go out there and you can have fun on stage with people, especially if you're comfortable enough with them and stuff.
Absolutely. Like you say, if we ever get off track, we kind of fumble back to it pretty easy,
Oh yeah, for sure. Or like the one that I always think of is like, well, we did something goofy here and we just had to add one measure in a spot where adding one measure doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. But
makes that break or that build spot on.
Yeah, it's super fun where people like listening are like, whoa, what happened here? And they're like all of a sudden right bang on right back at the beginning. And sometimes that's like, somebody playing a solo or the drums doing a fill, and then it's like, oh, now we're back on or something. Or like it could be just as simple as like Jesse started singing.
Yeah.
This is where we're starting.
Might have been earlier.
Yep.
Too early.
Yeah, or whatever. It happens. That could be the thing that's just like, this is where we're starting over right here, guys. This is it. Boom, right here.
Right.
And that's a good thing though too.
I love the count in one.
It's good stuff. Rocking. What's better, the 1, 2, 3, 4 and a nice entrance on a song, or just like being a kid and discovering drop D and distortion on a guitar?
Right, or drums, like crash and kick. Absolutely.
Those are some of those things for sure. And that's
pretty neat.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like we're gonna come back to like shows here in a second, but like having a flexible band around you is also like very enjoyable. It's nice to have people around that. If something does go awry for a second, it's only for a second, and we're all back on the same page instantly. Like some of that comes with the familiarity of being around one another.
Sure. And there's a lot of knowledge on that stage, when we're up there. It's pretty cool. The people we get to play with right now.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, and we're we're all very talented in our own aspects, I guess. Like, you know, we've got a fiddle player now, Taylor Smith. He's been playing since he was, 2 or whatever.
Yep, Taylor's awesome.
Something like that, He's
we missed him up at Okoboji, but we still had a blast. But yeah, we missed Taylor.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd have been fun.
Yeah, he's been playing a little bit of fiddle with some other people. He's been playing some solo shows, solo shows, not solo fiddle. He plays acoustic too and sings.
Yep, which we do a little switch around once in a while on stage there.
Yeah.
Every show, when I say once in a while, it's pretty much every show now.
Yeah, we got to get him up there and sing.
Yeah.
And that's, we need to have more people with microphones.
Yeah.
Because I know Taylor can sing. And I know Brad can sing. And I know Dave can sing. So.
Yeah, there's no reason, right? We got the channels.
Yeah, might as well. But just got to rehearse with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get the monitor mixes just right so people can hear themselves. But otherwise, yes.
Right.
So speaking of the other people, Dave Schmieder,
legend. Dave Schmieder, yeah.
Pedal steel, absolute legend, legendary for sure. So like,
yeah.
What'd you say you met him?
Met him at a jam up at the Hideout last year. Yeah,
that was basically the first time I saw him.
Yep.
I saw him like earlier in the week at like a jam in Dakota City, and I was just like, this guy's good.
Made friends instantly. He's a great guy. Yeah, got him on one of my songs even. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun too because I came over to do something and Dave was here to record. So I was like, all right, I'll come back later. Just hit me up when you guys are done because I don't want to bother anyone or something, because like studio time, I'm usually just farting around like, oh, that was awesome. And it's like, well, we were recording and you ruined it. It's like, oh, no.
Man.
Like, so I get all like antsy and stuff in the studio. But
by the way, we're in beautiful 1027 Studios 2.0.
Yes, there is seating.
It looks similar though. Similar layout.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember that was a thing where like it took Dave longer to like drive here, set his stuff up than it did for him to record.
Yeah.
He like listened to the song once, nailed it on the first go, and was like, I might change a couple things. And he just like did a second recording just in case you wanted to mush it in there. Like there's something like that. It was like, okay, that was awesome.
Yeah.
A consummate professional.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to get him on here and talk to him about what he's.
I figured he's a must for sure.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people that haven't been on here before that I asked that either like passed or we just didn't cross paths enough to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to happen. And how
often are you going to post?
I don't know. One a week again? I don't know. I'll just,
jumping right in.
Just do what I want when I want.
That's a good one right there. I like that one.
I have not decided yet. I know the algorithm, it's best to do it on a consistent basis, whatever. That way everyone's used to it and stuff. But
as long as you're doing something you love and people are loving, you don't want to listen, that's pretty much a win.
Yeah, I'm just not going to stress about it as much this time. That's like the one thing I just told myself going back into this. This is no stress environment now. This is
awesome.
This is now a hobby. It's not a thing I'm trying to like absolutely be like legit with. So we'll see what happens.
Right on. I love it.
Well, heck, I even posted the episode today and then forgot. I was like, I didn't even share it on Facebook or anything. So when I took a break at work, I made a scheduled a post out. I was like, there we go.
Is there like you can see your views and viewership where they're at, kind of like type thing, or no?
For like Facebook or for
wherever you post the podcast.
Yeah, I can see like where people came from to listen to it usually, or
awesome.
Like whatever. So I don't know. The other thing is like the first episode that came out, which like I recorded a video for, and then I was just like, I don't want to do all the extra editing to make like audio versions and video versions and stuff like that. So I just posted the video version on YouTube because I was like, whatever. So it's out there if you guys want to watch a video version of the podcast.
Do you still have the Patreon, or are you going to do stuff like that?
I do have a Patreon. I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah, right on.
It's still there. It's still existing. So I'm trying to think of like what's the best premium content I can put on there without stressing me out and making me freak out about having to make premium content.
Straight to YouTube, live at you.
Yeah, I don't know. We could do some live something there. I don't know. But whatever. We'll see. Anywho, yeah, it's crazy. A lot has changed. Like podcast ended, started back up. We basically went from, playing only we didn't play like a terrible amount of big shows compared to like what we're doing now, doing 4, 5, 6 a year, where it's like, oh, we opened up for Josh Nichols.
This one's going to be good.
We played at Captain's in Okoboji, which like, it's not like that place is like the most legendary venue established, but it's like it's a nice
cool.
place,
Fun place to play
in a neat town.
Dayton Championship Rodeo weekend,
dude. Yeah,
that was a fun one.
Yep, and those were like not terribly far apart from one another.
Right.
I think of like Captain's was super fun because we went in there and it was like possibly what seemed like a high stress environment because we kind of like were showing up late due to like
all things include even on that side.
Yeah, like they want to do like earlier sound checks, which is understandable, and it's like, well, we can't show up that early. We can do it later. It's like, well, we don't want to do it too late because, people might be here. So it's like, okay, yeah, we understand, but we'll make it work, and then it all ended up being like the greatest show ever.
It was awesome.
On everybody's part.
Worked out perfect.
Hats off to Rob, the sound guy.
Rob. What up, Rob?
Love it. Was Nick the bartender, is that right?
Yep. He was, yep.
Nice guy there too. All around, everybody did a good job.
They showed us all the secret passages to get off stage and out back.
Yeah, it was great. Security there was so tight they didn't even want me going on stage to play music.
Like, he's good. Oh, you all have red wristbands? Well, most of us.
Yeah. It's wild. That was funny as hell. I was so mad in the moment. I was just like, whoa.
It's really a good thing, though.
But yeah, it's great to have security that's, not that place needs it, but like, it's nice to know that somebody's there to have your back if you're on stage and someone's trying to dink with you,
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool place, to have that kind of stuff, have the proper amenities where, like you said, if you want to go in and out, you don't have to fight through the front door, just go back through here. And it's like, oh.
They kept our cooler full up there, full of whatever we needed, and they were great.
Brought us waters and the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
Not that other venues don't do things like that, but it's still like it's nice to go to a place that's just like, oh, they've done enough of these shows, they know how to treat people.
Absolutely, great experience.
100%. Yeah.
Thank you, Captains.
5 stars, would recommend. Whatever, 2 thumbs way up.
Yep.
Siskel and Ebert, whatever.
We caught the end of the summer too, kind of off season almost.
Yeah, it was right at the tail end, but it's still like it was packed.
Oh yeah,
still packed.
We're thinking winter games. Shoot a message on here. Can they message on here?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Shout out if you want Jesse Wilson and Friends Winter Games, Okoboji.
Yeah, wherever you're listening, just leave us something, and let us know, or go to social media and bother people.
Yeah,
because that's how it works.
Yeah.
So Okoboji was cool, and that's another one where like Brad was there. Brad the bassist, Brad Hofing.
Yep.
What a man. What a man.
What a man. Yeah.
What a mighty good man. No, he's
Salt and pepper reference, Pete.
Is that what that was? I think that's what that was. So Brad, he plays bass with us sometimes now, or at least most of the time now. When we need a bassist, he's the guy that's there. So he plays with other people, and it's nice to know he can fill in. And
absolutely,
again, between Dave playing the pedal steel, Dave Schmieder, legendary Dave Schmieder, Brad, we know each other pretty well. We're all comfortable enough to play music with each other. Taylor on the fiddle, and you and I have been playing music forever. Cole's been at every jam night since who knows when.
Yeah.
And, so we're all really,
it's clicking, man. It's fun.
It is fun, We go to the shows like, we played that Dayton Rodeo show. Right outside the Dayton Rodeo, they have a shed where everyone kind of
37.
just hangs out, and that's where we were, and we played there, and everybody seemed
packed
to really
and
enjoy
danced
it.
and had a fun time. Yeah, it was a blast. Spencer Sukon opened up first there too.
Oh yeah, there and Okoboji.
And at Captains, he killed it.
Yeah, that was another one where like at Captains, going in there, I wasn't sure what they would think because it's like, well, I've never played here before. I don't really know what the audience wants. I had played there the night before with a different band, filling in for somebody, but I still wasn't like 100% sure. Like, what does the crowd really want here? Because I don't know. I'm we
pretty much just played our show too, and they were rocking with us.
Yeah, they seem to love it, and that's where it's at. It ended up being like one of the more fun shows I've played. I was hamming it up on stage.
Absolutely.
And just goofing around because why not,
I had a blast. Middle of My Girl, My World, somebody had their phone up.
And they had the song.
They had it queued up on Apple or Spotify. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sweet. I don't remember which one it was, but they were just like, yeah, is this your song? And it's just like, yeah, that's the song.
Pretty sweet, yeah.
It was also cool because like, everybody loves Dave.
Absolutely. Great guy.
I think everybody loves Dave every time they meet him. Doesn't matter. He's so fun to be around.
Great guy.
Love seeing him smile and laugh. Oh, it's so fun. But the dude's so crazy good on the pedal steel. I can't remember if you mentioned it on this recording or the other one that didn't happen. But like people were literally like hearing Dave play from outside the bar and then
lured
like
him in like the Pied Piper.
walking down the street to come in and hang out. Who is this man?
Yeah, pretty cool.
It was sweet. There was another time where it was just like, I can't remember, like, he's like, who wants to take a solo? And I just like get on the mic and I'm just like, everybody Dave Schmieder. And then like all the lights go down, spotlight on Dave.
Oh yeah, that was
Everybody
awesome.
just cheering, going nuts.
Rob was on point, sound and lights.
Dude, it was so fun. I love hanging out with Dave, playing shows with him. Like, you know, when he recorded on one of your songs, it was just like, boom, this was like one
Done.
take and done.
Nope.
Like, again, just so good.
He's awesome. We're glad to have him.
Yeah, you know, it's fun to have like all the new tools and tricks in the box. You know, it's nice to have people take some of the pressure off me instead of being like I'm the focal point for all of the lead stuff. You know, for the most part, unless we can coax Brad into some. There's a few songs where you play some of the ditties on some of the parts because it's like, oh, you know this? Yeah, you go ahead and play it.
Sure,
I'll drop out for a second. We'll make it an acoustic only thing and come right back in. You know. And,
yeah.
I don't know. That's the thing where it's fun to have the people around that know how to do the stuff and that are flexible enough to do the stuff, you know, and
It makes it fun.
it makes it fun.
Makes it fun for me. When we lock in too, it's awesome.
Yeah, and if
Can't
we're having fun, they're having fun.
Yeah.
You know, and somehow vice versa. If they're having fun, well, guess what? Now I'm having fun.
A lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's weird to think that it's just like, this might be a funny way to say it, but it's like the bootleggers crowd is always just kind of like wild and having fun. Mm-hmm. But it's funny when it's just like, oh, like Captains in Okoboji was basically just like full of a whole bunch of bootleggers people.
Just
like
back rocking out with us.
Yeah, just having a blast, having fun.
Yep.
Play this song, play that song. Oh, you guys are awesome. Do you guys want a shot? And it's just like
They
the
were
whole
having
night.
a good time. We were having a good time too, for sure.
Love it. It's so fun. I absolutely love hanging out with all those, you know, just being able to know that there's those people having fun because of something we're up there doing, and we're doing nothing more than just like enjoying our time.
Absolutely. You know? That's what we've been waiting for.
Yeah. Well, it's also weird to think like I had all this free time from not podcasting, and it gave me this perspective of like how much time I actually spent doing this, and it made me think like, well, I spend way more time playing music. Like, what would I do if I didn't play music?
Right.
You know, because it's not like music is like the thing that absolutely defines me above all else because blah blah blah. I just happen to play music and like it.
Yeah.
And I'm good. I have fun playing with you. I have fun playing with Clint or Three Finger Betty or whoever I'm playing with. But it's just, I don't know, where would I be without it? You know?
I don't know where I would.
It's pretty wild, you know.
Yeah.
It takes up a good chunk of time, but we don't look at it as like really soaking up all our time.
No.
Because if you explain to some outsider, like, you're going to do what after you get off work? You're going to go to your house and then pack your car up and then get in a car and then drive an hour and a half away and then play music for 3 hours and then pack it all up and come home?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And then do it tomorrow? And then what?
Right.
Rest on Sunday? No, thank you. You know, it's like,
I feel like we're doing that so we don't have to do the weekly grind, right? I'm trying to. I want music full time.
oh my gosh, I basically just have a job so I can go play music.
Right.
This is like, otherwise I'd just be sitting at home bored when I'm not playing music. Like,
Yeah.
that's just what it is. Like, I found something else that makes me money in between all the time I'm playing music.
I got stuff I want to
too.
do. That's why I have a day job, you know?
Yeah,
I got
that's
stuff
true.
I want to do.
Yeah, like play music.
Yeah, right.
You're never not playing music.
No, that's true, huh?
Well, I don't know. So I've seen you out and about fishing sometimes. And,
Yeah.
You know, so there's been a couple times, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I never think too much about it until like sometimes I look back and it's like, man, this is basically all we do is this, you know. And to some people, this is just weird.
So, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the grind. I love the you know, just going.
Yeah. Being able to goof around on stage with your buddies, you know, that's fun. It's super fun. You know, sometimes I like to think of like, if none of us played music, would we have ever crossed paths or hung out, you know? But now that we have this thing that's music, kind of tying us all together.
Yeah.
You know,
That's wild to think about, yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Not to get all like super existential here, but like, so yeah, we've played a lot of big shows. A lot of things have, you know, changed around here. You've recorded some new music videos too. What are some of your last music videos you recorded? So
Music videos?
yeah, I think My Girl, My World.
My Girl, My World was probably the latest one. We did River Road before that.
I'm not sure if either one of those were around when the podcast was around.
I don't know if they were or not, actually.
So that would be on the YouTube channel.
Yep. Same Jesse Wilson Music, YouTube.
Yep. I think that's like, it might be like at Jesse Wilson Music 315 or something.
185.
185. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Actually, if you just Google Jesse Wilson music, you could find it. Or Jesse Wilson music, My Girl, My World. Boom.
Yep,
Guarantee
YouTube.
it'll show up. Yeah, it's good stuff. Your music videos are legit.
Shout out Tim
Fox.
Tim Fox, yeah.
Yep.
TFC Photography and Film. We're
Love
talking about doing one from our latest different little project I did, Mid Wild West, a little country hip hop thing. Got some ideas. Clint Riedel's going to be in a backyard cage fight type situation.
Oh, yeah.
He said he's down to lose to whoever's opponent is. We'll have a live product or, a live shot there too, full band or something.
Crazy.
Mid Wild West, be on the lookout. It'll be on the YouTubes.
That's fun. Yeah, go check out the YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. Like 500 plus other people have. You might as well.
Heck yeah. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, the music video is always great. I remember Clint was kind of being like, "Oh, my buddy Pete does video production." It's like I do. I don't have any like professional level cameras and setups and like professional.
I don't know that it'd have to be.
Audio stuff. Or video production softwares and things. But I do have knowledge and I have fun tinkering with it, so I can make stuff. But like, there is a difference between like how professional yours look compared to some of mine. Not that mine look bad in any capacity, but it's like yours look like mini movies.
Right. That's Tim Fox, and then we did one with Tyler. The first one was with Tyler. What was it? Come Back Home.
Yes, there you
Tyler
go.
Kennedy and co.
Yeah,
that's one of my early things. The video was much better than my singing on the track, but it was good production and
That's funny because you always say that. And I'm like, it's not that bad. Like, I don't think
it's hard for me to listen to it, but the video's good.
We are always our own worst critics for sure. Yeah, so like you had at least one music video come out since the last time you were on the podcast, or at least even since the podcast ended. Because I'm not even sure if I know when the last time you were on the podcast was.
A couple years ago, we figured.
Yeah, at least a couple years ago. So
been dormant for a while, Audible Farm.
Yeah,
but now it's back.
But now you got more songs have come out other than those. So what are some of the like?
Okay, yeah.
Because I mean, like it seemed like lately it was just like every month or two you'd have a new song out.
Last fall, I did a little 3-song run. I put out Solid Ground, and then I put out Do You Know What You're Missing with co-write with Brad Morgan and Scott Kirkhart got on that one. And then there's another one too. I can't think of it in there, but then this summer I put out Do You Know What You're Missing? Mm-hmm. What else? When I Get Home also this summer, and Mid Wild West.
Yes.
Mid Wild West is that country hip hop thing I did.
Yeah, Mid Wild West, which is another fun one because it's like it's a country and it's like this weird country hip hop thing because it's got some twang to it, but it's got hip hop to it.
Yeah, it's got a banjo. It's got a little beat to it. It's got some horses whinnying and stuff like that.
Yep.
Old West kind of vibe. Something different. I liked it enough to put out there, so I hope y'all dig it too. But I liked it enough where I wanted to put it out there.
It's one of my favorite things. Is somewhere down the line, somebody had scratched together an idea of like, what if it was like a rock song? It might go something like this.
Yep.
And
I think Jacob was over and put a heavy guitar riff to it, and then some keys too. He made it sound real cynical, and there might be a couple versions of this song coming out.
Dude, we one day just like talked about it. Like, how would we even do that? I'm like, I don't know, maybe something like this. And you're like, yeah, we could do it like this. And it's just like, all right.
Oh, the chords, 3-chord one?
Yeah, the basic 3-chord like march that goes to that sinister sounding rock version that Jacob made. And it's just like, well, we could do it on acoustic, kind of like this. It would work.
I almost feel like I got to talk like this on that version. Yeah. I like posting my
I'm
tracks.
talking about the dirty. Love it. Yeah. So we ended up playing that somewhere. I don't know.
Bootleggers it killed on the patio. Yeah.
And it's like, the acoustic metal version.
It's like, you want to hear a rap song I did? And they're like, woohoo. I'm like, how about a kind of a rock version? And they're like, woo. And then we did it and it rocked. It killed.
That's another one of those instances of like, you go to shows and you have people like request songs. Like, I don't know if I know this. You play it. They love it.
Yeah.
Like that was one of those situations where it's like, we talked about playing this last night. We've never tried it before.
Right. And then it worked out. Right?
And it ended up working out really good. But that's the other fun thing is like, I feel like we've done that in some capacity to like other songs though too.
Absolutely.
Like, like you said,
some requests that we've never done or something.
Yeah. As long as you've heard it, we can give it a go. Which
Absolutely.
You've heard a lot of music, honestly.
I've multiple genres.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandparents put me on some old timey stuff, all the way outlaw, country, everything, rock. Grew up in 90s, 80s.
Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
right. Yeah, the '90s it was basically like lawless
Motley
music. Yeah, there's some crazy music going on in the '90s.
Yeah,
And then, but yeah, like I mean, by choice, just listen to a fair amount of music,
Yep.
You're not, pretty non-discriminate when it comes to the music in general.
if it rocks, it rocks to me, man.
There
Yep.
we go. Yeah. And that's what lends itself to you taking the request. Because if somebody was just like, play this, Dierks Bentley song, I'd be like, I don't know. I've never heard that before. Like, I have no clue. Is that even a band? Like, but yeah.
I might be able to do a Dierks Bentley.
Yeah. So like, that's where I just never would have heard it. But it's like, you would know, like, what was that? I always wanted to do Some Girls Do. And it's one that's like, you've heard before, but we've never tried it. I played it once, like in your garage just for goofing off. But then somebody requested it at a show and you're like, I'm going to give it a go. And I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And you played it and it crushed. It's like, we've never tried this before.
We should have.
And I played it once in the garage, just goofing around, just be like, yeah, we can try it, maybe. But like, what's another one? Like, sometimes I'll request songs, be like, yeah, let's give it a try. It's like, let's play Whitesnake. Here I go again. Like,
Yeah.
like we did that once or twice.
Sound was dialed in. I remember that time it killed.
You should hear the high notes Jesse hits.
You got to come to a show.
You got to come to the show to check it out. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. All right. We're crushing right along here. But yeah, so like, it's super fun to know that like we have those flexibilities to go to shows and you can take these requests and just look over at me and be like, it's basically these chords. There's this part. It might be a little goofy over here. Just follow along. And it's like, okay. And
By the second verse that we're on, if we were off at all, right?
yep, 100%, and that's, but you also know how to be like, all right, we're not going to do the 4 solos and all that other stuff in the song. We're going to just chug right along and
More
get it done.
solos.
Yeah.
That depends on the time of the night, too, if we're getting close. We got like 5 bangers left.
Yep. Oh, we got to do all the bangers for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's another one. Like, how many times have we played shows, not really followed the set list, and then you get done and we're like packing up, like, we didn't even play this song.
Right.
It happens so much.
It's crazy.
Oh, love it. But that's what happens when you have like the set list. It's
I don't know if I can commit to that. Maybe one day, but I don't know if I can commit to that.
Yeah, you almost need to have the set list organized by like, it almost needs to be like set up like one of those football play calling things where it's just like, it's this color and it's color coded, but if it has a dot next to it, it means this and like all that other stuff.
Just 50 sheets of lamination.
Yeah.
Where we
It's
at?
like, okay, what do we do? I want a banger, but it's got to be country. And you're like scrolling through like 90s country banger we haven't done. It's like, oh, should have been a Cowboys right there.
Ready,
All right.
break.
Yeah. Like 90s country banger on 3. All right. We should all know that means should have been a Cowboy.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's like what we need almost when we're playing with you, because like we've played enough shows with enough different genres where it's like we used to play rap and we've played like a little bit of everything here.
Play
and
some
there.
Ace of Base.
Yeah.
Come to a show.
What's the ones recently we've been doing?
George Michael.
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, Alanis
Like
Morissette, too.
dude, the George Michael crushes every time.
I just put a Smashing Pumpkins one on the ride to work the other day.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Smashing Pumpkins, wild stuff. I love watching videos of him talking about producing those songs back in the day. They just did so much weird stuff in the studios.
Yeah.
Or just like, oh yeah, we layered 32 guitars for this part. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like,
Can't hear the 30th one. I can hear the 29 though.
Yeah, it's just wild to think, or whatever. Like he had one where it's like, yeah, when I played this guitar,
More didgeridoo.
like there was one recently, like you've played a electric and you have it plugged in, and when you're not playing, it's kind of going like, ooh, especially with junkier ones, they start to kind of do that when you're not playing. They're kind of whistly and hummy, and he had one that did that, and he was just like, I'm just going to play with it because it sounds kind of neat. And it became the sound where, like, when he wasn't playing, that's what the sound it made. So it actually filled it in like a full song. I can't remember which one it was, but
2 Day is the one I was looking up.
But oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could totally do that one for
Absolutely.
sure. 'Cause we tinkered around with another one, Disarm, for a while.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing, is like nothing's really off
I
limits.
saw you with the smile.
Yeah. There's that's a good song, but there's like a lot of times where it's like like I said, nothing's really off limits here. You know, it's not like we're.
It's fun. Play some Blind Melon if we want.
Yeah, we've played Alice in Chains before.
Oh, yeah.
We played Creed recently.
We just played Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. I forgot all about that. Like, and that's the thing is like I could see us doing like Paula Abdul or what. You know, it really doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. We need to bring the keyboard back, don't I?
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, yeah. We did a lot of shows with a keyboard when we first started playing.
I was getting better at it too. I just never stuck with it.
Yeah,
I was getting better at dinking around and learning stuff.
That used to be what was hooked up to the loop station.
Yep. I could either beatbox or make it the beat up there. It had some keys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Could loop it.
Loved it. Which we still do have the loop station. I mean, you're still using a looper. Even solo shows, you're bringing it with and doing stuff. So you got like you can use it for like doing beatboxy kind of stuff or like different types of little goofy things you can throw in there. It's fun to have around.
Tambourine, egg shaker for a hi-hat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're like basically making like a whole drum set out of just like knickknacks in your pocket.
Pretty fun. Yeah, pretty fun.
It's fun because you're like a magician up on stage. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna pull this out. It's like, oh, get the
for my next trick.
Yeah, hanky out of the sleeves, and it just keeps going, and then at the end there's an egg shaker. And then you just like shove it in your pocket and it all fits somehow. I don't know. It's one of those types of deals. Basically.
I'm sure somebody's already doing that.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know.
Comedy guitar.
Yeah.
The comedy guitar, ladies and gentlemen, the comedy guitar stylings of Jesse Wilson.
Could do some funny, fun songs like that.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine like getting famous doing that, doing like the cruise circuit where it's just like I put on 3 shows a week on the cruise down to Bahamas and
just missed our big break.
Oh gosh. Yeah, playing. I will say that like playing requests most of the time is really fun. Sometimes it's like, goo, this didn't go as well as I thought it was going to go to.
Sometimes we stop about middle of the second verse.
let's tag the chorus one more time and get out of here. You know, that's where we're at with this.
You know what? We give it a shot though. That's just that's something. We at least give it a shot. Sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, like again, it depends on the show because there's some shows where it's like I can't be taking requests at this show. It's going to be everything's going to come unglued.
Yeah, we'll just keep removing.
Yeah, you're taking bangers out when you have too many left to not play, Especially
unless they wrote it on, like they handed you $100 bill or something written on it. People, we try it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, which, like, believe it or not, something of that facsimile has happened a few times. So, like, it's kind of wild to be like, well, yeah, we're playing that. We got to do it. Again, though, sometimes it comes out to be so good that you're like, boom, add it to the set.
Yeah, keep that one around.
Might try it again later, Might go down to a different show somewhere and wing that one out there and see what happens.
It's been fun, man. It's been really fun playing this last couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, big shows. Some things have changed. Some things have stayed the same.
Yeah.
You're still chugging along. You put out like 5-6 songs in the last year.
Yep.
Which is like wild to think of. You almost put out a whole album in the last year,
I think I'm still gonna put the album out. I don't know. I might just throw all the singles on there that I put out last year, and then like just 2 that are unreleased or something. And just Country Route City Dreams, get her out there. I've been talking about it for too long,
Yeah, do it. Then you could have a physical copy for people to hold on to if they wanted to.
Absolutely.
Or something,
Be cool to have a record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a record, CD, anything.
Yeah.
Cassettes are fun too.
Heck yeah.
Not that
CDs still a thing?
Believe it or not, Three Finger Betty sold piles of them.
Really?
Like piles of CDs, yeah. I think we've gone through, and I mean not like a zillion, but like 700 maybe total is how many we've bought, and we've sold well over half of them. We sold a case on the first go around, like 250.
It's like you got to get a retro CD player, or they just had it for nostalgia, or sign a bunch of them.
Yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue what people are doing with them.
You sign any of them?
I signed some records.
Very cool.
But we're out of records. Actually, I can't remember how many of those we got. 200 maybe. When we're out.
I don't think I ever got one. I should have got one.
I might have 2. So like I don't know. I'll have to see. I remember buying a couple for people that wanted them, and then they never picked them up.
Oh no.
But they're probably just sitting in my record bin somewhere, which I need to clean out.
Vintage.
Yes. It's cool though. Like you said, having a record is kind of neat. I've only ever listened to the record once.
I wanted to put out a house version of She's Funky and get it on vinyl. Imagine somebody spinning She's Funky.
Oh my gosh. That'd be so cool.
She's funky. So it needs to happen.
She. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm hearing it right now, man.
Yep.
That would totally work. A secret pleasure of mine is a lot of that kind of music. I
Right
love it.
on.
It's super fun. I love scratching records. What is that?
Water upstairs. Somebody's running something.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure I wasn't like hearing something like, do I have a tumor or something right now? Whew, okay, we're good to go. Yeah, so it's wild. You know, you made so much music recently. It's come out. It's you've really been working at it really hard, and it shows. Like, you know, Midwest CMO Maverick nominee 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, got to go to the awards show in Okoboji 2 years in a row, and being blessed enough to be able to perform 2 years in a row. That was so cool. Great. Yeah, it's a great organization. I love being a part of it. It's all been positive. I met a lot of cool people. Got to do some cool venues and stuff because of it. Love it. They play the music on the radio. If you gotta, you know, you can submit your song and they'll go through a system and get you on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that that was something Steve Shetler had talked about one point in time. That was like he knew the channels to go through to do that for people and help them out, you know.
Steve's awesome.
Good guy for sure. He's also doing some of this like type of stuff out there on his own now.
I've just seen that. I commented on his post. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So everyone's out there doing the grinding. It's I really do appreciate, you know, being able to follow along and come along on the journey, you know, to do all these shows, you know, out and about. And it seems like lately Alton, Iowa has been the hot spot.
Yeah. I love it over there. Train station, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're really good. They're really good for sure.
They treat you good, and the crowd's awesome usually, and the food's great. It's just it's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it's up and down, up one end and down the other. Like that was also the place where like Heads Carolina Tells California gal showed up or whatever.
Yeah, I wish I could remember her name. I think it's Brent something.
Brinley.
There you go, Brinley. Yeah, that sounds right. She come up and they said, "Can you play Heads Carolina Tells California?" We're like, "Yeah, we can do it." She's like, "No, we want our friend to sing." I'm like, "Get her up here."
And she was just like, "I'm not singing."
And proceeds to bring the house down. It was awesome.
Yeah, like I was just like, all right, whatever. Yeah, you sing into my microphone, and I'm just like standing off to the side. And as soon as I heard her sing a little bit, I was just like, I stopped playing and grabbed the mixer and went out to the front, was just like cranking it up, like, here we go, boys, it's on now.
That was awesome. She killed it.
Yeah, that was fun because I remember we played there like the next. Like, I was in the fall. We played there, like, in the spring. And I was like, remember that time we were here and this gal was sang up here? And
I think they showed up again. And we did it again.
They were like, she's over there. I was like, what? And she came up and sang that in another song.
Come on up here, yeah.
Oh, it's wild. That's so crazy. I love it when stuff like that works out.
Live
like
music, man. You got to be there.
Yeah.
You got to be there to see it. Catch it.
Yeah. And if you only played, like, a quarter as many shows, you wouldn't be able to... You might not have ever even seen that happen, you know?
Right.
You know?
Right.
You got to take those shows and go out and do the bookings.
That's why I say that up on stage sometimes. I'm like, I tell them, thank you for being there. They could be anywhere in the world right now. They're there with us, having a good time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, right?
Yeah, 100%, you know? You know, it's that humbleness and the humility of it all, but also you got to think like, yeah, you know, like... I don't know. I want to be like, what are you going to be sitting at home watching reruns of Seinfeld like I would be or what? Like,
Come see some music.
But at the same time, sitting at home rewatching Seinfeld sounds pretty awesome though too, you know? Like, come on, what are we talking about?
You like your Seinfeld.
I do like some Seinfeld. Throw me some Seinfeld references in the comments. I love it. So yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end here. I am gonna maybe end this one a little bit early. Oh, we got 40 some minutes in. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll go with that because I'll tell you what, we're actually like an hour and a half in probably in real time. So
little mishap. That's all right.
Dude, yeah. Eventually I'll get the hang of this. I'm new to doing this. I've never recorded a podcast before, so I don't know how any of this stuff works.
Apologizing.
How does the technology work? I don't understand. What do I do with my hands? No. But yeah, man.
Like riding a bike.
So social medias, I'm going to put them in the description where people can find you and stuff like that. Because you do definitely have the Instagram and
TikToks and
TikTok,
YouTube, Facebook
for sure. Yeah. So we'll put them down there for people to follow along, see what's going on, and dude, keep crushing it out there. Like I said,
thank you, man. We got a busy weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're going up to Jordan, Minnesota.
The Midwest Equestrian Center.
Yeah. That's another show where it's like, I'm not sure what to think. Like you,
we're going to bring button-ups just in case.
Yeah, might bring a change of clothes or two just in case to see what's going on.
It's a big show horse exhibition or something like that. So, and they got us playing tunes. It's going to be a good time.
It'll be a good time. It'll be a good time for sure. So, yeah, man, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Pete. Keep doing it. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, thank you. All right, there's the episode. Jesse Wilson, episode 222. It's a good one. Check him out live. Go find him online. I got some links down below. Definitely listen to some of those songs. Go to his YouTube channel. Check out those videos we were talking about. His music videos are crazy. Like I said, they're like movies pretty much. They're pretty wild. Yeah, definitely go find him live somewhere. It's not hard to find him live somewhere. He plays pretty much every week. Weekend. It's crazy because he gets a lot of bookings, and I almost feel like it's the punk rock approach. It's just like, yeah, I'll pretty much play anywhere. It's just got to be worth it, and I'll go there, you know. So it's not quite the punk rock approach because they'll go play anywhere for anything. But, you know, you get what I'm saying. I feel like he's got a really good approach to it, too, because he took, like, that element of punk rock where it's like, I like to go to shows and wear other bands' stuff, so you kind of like standing out there. It's like I could wear my own stuff, but like, why would I? So you can wear like a Scott Kirkard hat or something like that, you know. And it's kind of cool because you get to cross promote with your buddy, and some people will come up and be like, I know that guy. And it's like, yeah, you do know that guy. He's a good guy, you know. So Jesse's always seen wearing other people's merch. I love it. He's always supporting everyone, sharing other people's stuff online, talking about it. That's how, like, believe it or not, that's how I know a lot of like the people that have been playing music in the last 2 years since I've been doing the podcast. One of the people that keeps me up to date on all this stuff is Jesse. He's like, I saw this guy, he was awesome. I saw this guy, he's awesome. This guy's coming over here. It's, you know, Jesse and Scott, they're like, you know, two peas in a pod, those two guys. They're, you know, it's just awesome. And sometimes you can see those two playing together shows, which is truly special. So, anyways, scroll down below, check out Jesse's links, give him a follow. Also, I want to say thanks once again to Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. Check out that episode of FDT that was on the, let's see here, maybe a week or so ago. It's on the channel somewhere. It's on wherever you're listening to this. It's somewhere on one of those channels. You'll be able to find it. So thanks again to them for that episode. That's tons of fun. We got another one we're going to record, so yes. All right, so next month it's coming out. It's first Friday of every month. There will be an episode of FDT. That's our plan so far. If things change, I'll let you know here first. Otherwise, go check out Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association online. I got links for them down below too. Definitely check them out on social media. They're all over social media as well, sharing lots of good stuff. What all the musicians are doing around the area, supporting events and everything. It's truly amazing. So hats off to them for that. Also, I do have, I've said it a couple times in these episodes, but you can watch this podcast now. It's on the YouTube channel. You don't have to be a Patreon member anymore. Those other episodes that were on the Patreon channel, like, they're staying there because a lot of those were unedited, and you can kind of like, so if you want to go to the back catalog, you can go back and listen to some of these. You can find some of the ones that have like funnier stuff that I was just like, I'm not going to edit this out. I'm just leaving it in the Patreon episode. They're staying there. They're staying there buried forever. So, yeah, check them out if you want. The Patreon channel does still exist. It's there. What I'm doing now on there is you can watch the episodes a day early if you want to over on the Patreon channel. So go to that Patreon channel, find the link. It's down below. Maybe it's not. Audiblefarm.com is down below, definitely. So click there, find some stuff. There's a Patreon channel somewhere. Go find it. Homework. That's your homework. I gotta say thanks to everybody that's listening to this. Thanks to everybody that keeps listening. I can't believe you guys, I could take 2 years off and y'all still listen and still share and still enjoy the podcast. It's mind-blowing. Yeah, I can't believe it. Like, there's people that I don't know that are coming up to me like, oh, listen to this episode. It's all starting over again. It's pretty wild. It's just kind of crazy how it all works out. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. Last words are audiblefarm.com. Check it out. Thanks, everybody. Peace.